Air defenses neutralized, military and government communication across the country paralyzed, president captured and flown out of the country, and all of that in 2.5 hours. I know that seems like a fucking Call of Duty mission, but it's not. This is a goddamn, and yes, it sounds ironic for me, US special military operation in Venezuela. Turns out special military operation doesn't mean 4 years of suffering to take Pokrovsk. I am not a Trump supporter and never have been, but this time, in my opinion, the old man actually did something right. A dictator, a drug lord and killer who kept the entire country in fear was removed. A whole nation that had been held hostage by a dictator is now free from him. You can condemn the action of the United States, you can hate the special military operation, but while you're getting outraged on Twitter, Venezuelans are going to be jumping and fucking dancing because for them it's a huge victory over tyranny. Yes, I agree, it was illegal. Yes, international law were violated, rights were broken, blah 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 blah. But let's be honest, those international laws are bullshit, not worth the paper they are printed on. Everyone follows them only when it's convenient for them, and breaking them has never really stopped anyone. So yeah, no one gives a fuck. Second, there was no legal way to do this, because for an operation like this you need approval from all United Nations members. And one of those members is Russia, the same Russia that supplied Venezuela with its powerful air defense, which by the way got wiped out immediately. So yeah, when Russia sits in the UN, the approve button is basically permanently disabled. Legally this operation was impossible from the start. Now I can hear the Russophiles crying. So when the United States does a special military operation in Venezuela, it's good. But when Russia does a special military operation in Ukraine, it's bad. Suko, yes. And now I will explain it slowly so even an empty head can follow it. First, the United States conducted an actual special operation. A precise strike aimed to removing the head of the regime. Not invading, not annexing territory, not burning cities to the ground, not erasing culture, and not slaughtering civilians the way Russia is doing in Ukraine. And I'm not even talking about the destruction of civilians' infrastructure. The missiles, the shaheeds, the strikes on residential buildings. So shut your bitches up and start crying about how the United States ran its operation in 2.5 hours while the mighty Russia is continuing its 4th year of dying in Ukraine and still can achieve any of its fucking goals. Oh, and one more thing, Russia officially condemned the action of the United States. Yes, Russia condemned the United States. How fucking touching. Let's give them a medal for being such a peaceful and tolerant country. And by the way, Russia have already started comparing Delta Force to the Hostomel airborne assault. They're saying Delta copied the tactics of Hostomel landing during the operation in Caracas. Yeah, and Tesla copied a donkey cart. They're also claiming Delta isn't that powerful and all that usual bullshit they say. But those Russian fanboys somehow forgot how the Hostomel landing actually ended. If politely, they were removed from this world. But we will just keep that between us. No need to upset them. This special military operation in Venezuela is a changer. Action of this scale don't happen without consequence for the global order. In my view, such a sharp and brutal move can lead to one of those completely different outcomes in world politics. Scenario 1. Countries like China see that the United States is willing to respond fast and hard, and that might stop China from attacking Taiwan, because they will understand it could trigger a brutal response from the United States and a full-scale war. Scenario 2. Countries like China see that so-called world order is just formality, that if powerful states like the United States can carry out operation like this, then their hands are basically untied to do the same, which means China might decide, why not Taiwan? And this doesn't apply only to China. It affects North Korea, which could move against South Korea, and Iran, which could move against Israel. To be fair, the second scenario isn't that convincing, because Russia has already proven that you can start a massive bloody war in 21st century and nobody will stop you. So for me, that second option is kind of less real, but still possible. Of course, the main goal for the United States was oil. Who's surprised, right? Venezuela is one of the richest countries in the world when it comes to oil reserves. Some of you might now have even more reasons to condemn the United States for this, but personally for me, it makes me fucking happy because that oil will no longer be sold to Russia at the discount like it was before. And for Russia, that oil is critical to keep the war in Ukraine going. So yeah, Russian asses are on fire right now. They furious because this hit them not only financially, but also exposed them as a weak, unreliable ally. And let's not forget their mighty air defense system that were sent there to counter the United States, which were destroyed almost instant. And that showed their air defense is a fucking mighty only against a coughing baby. By the way, Venezuela was also trading very actively with China. So Pinchelin is also not really happy about all of that. So I have given you information, you decide for yourself whether you condemn this or not, but what definitely deserves condemnation is Russia. If you want to support Ukraine and help stop Russian aggression, I have left a link to a trusted volunteer fund that works with drones, a fund I personally donate to on a regular basis. Thank you for your time and be safe, guys.